Gonna give this a good. That's good. Team U, really good. We have just come back from Texas. This is actually the first video I'm going to be doing since our vacation to Florida, Texas, North Carolina and Oklahoma, where we met some absolute legends. I'm Mr. H and my family and I are on a mission to learn all we can about American cuisine and also smoking meats. Now I have some spare ribs here. In today's video we're going to be smoking these Texas style. So Texas style spare ribs, we're going to try and smoke these. I'm following a method from Chud's BBQ. I'll put a link in the description, go check him out, he's a legend. And these ribs here were actually taken from a previous smoke when we smoked pork belly, burnt ends. Okay, first things first, let's glove up. I'm going to try and keep this very, very simple, just like me. We've got our spare ribs. Now, Mrs. H, who knows a lot more about the anatomy of animals than I do, explained to me that the bone on here is still in. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, is this called the shine bone that's running across here? You go along to the third bone and you find where the bone is. Third bone, and then straight across. Okay, straight across. Okay, cool. Let's trim this off. Trim that off. It's not too bad. Not too bad. And the other thing is, Chud likes to get the smallest bone and just cut the other side of it. Cool. I tell you what, a sharp knife makes a difference, doesn't it? Wow. Okay, not the neatest job in the world, but again, we are not cooks. I am not a butcher or anything. I'm making a bit of a mess of this. However, I'm doing my very, very best. So no haters, please. Okay, so pat it dry. All the way around. Now, no, Chud's doesn't actually take off the membrane at all. I've seen mad scientists score it. I've seen people take it off. But he actually leaves this on because this can crisp up and make a really, really nice taste. So we're going to keep it on for this method. Again, we're going to keep this super, super simple. We've got our kosher salt. Don't need to go too mad with this. Just a nice covering. And then some 16 mesh pepper. Need to get a proper shaker for this. I'm hoping that's enough. They always make it look really easy in the videos. And obviously the back. Yeah, pepper. I know you're all shouting at the screen going, "What are you doing, Mr. H?" But again, this is my first time doing ribs. And as Chud's always says, don't forget the sides. So we're gonna let this rest for about 15 to 20 minutes. Gonna fire up the pit and put these on the smoker and see how they do. Okay, so we're cooking at 250. Meat side up, and we want the thickest part towards the fire. So we're going to leave it like that, 250 for 2 hours, and we're going to check in and see what it's like. Currently sitting at 250. What's been happening is, I would say 90% of the time we've been bang on 250, but it did drop to about 210 and did climb at one point up to 275. So on the whole, compared to our first smoke, we're getting there, but we're going to have a quick peek, check on the colour. Okay, I don't think it's not quite the colour Chud's had. I don't know, maybe it is. I might put this on for another 30 minutes and just see where we are. I will just very, very quickly, I know when you're looking at Ain't Cooking, I just want to check the underside because he does for another hour put this the other way around. But on his, the underside was quite crisp. So, okay, we're getting there. It's getting there. I'm going to give it another 30 minutes, see where we are, and then we're going to flip it over for another hour and then wrap. So it's been another 30 minutes. I've given in. I've opened a beer. Mrs. H is actually taking baby H out for a walk, so I am now chief smoker, cameraman, lighting, refreshments. We're going to go check in and see where we are with the colour of the ribs. Come with me. Okay, let's take a look-see, shall we? Looking good. What I'm going to do, as Chud does on his recommendation or method, he actually turns it over. So I'm going to actually turn that over and give that another hour just to crisp up this membrane, because apparently the membrane holds all the meat and the juices together. So we're going to check in 1 hour's time. Okay, it's all starting to crisp up quite nicely. I think it's time to look at spritzing this bad boy every sort of 15 to 20 minutes. I'll see you back inside showing you what I'm going to be using. Spritz time. We got our bottle, apple cider vinegar, and we've actually got some maple syrup. So this is going to give it a further depth of flavour. This is what we're going to use for our spritz. Now we do have to be careful. We don't want to put too much maple syrup in because it might clog up the sprayer. And I really, really, really hope I don't give everyone food poisoning. Just a quick shout out to our Patreons. The patrons have been kept up to date with this video, but when this actual video comes out, it'll probably be like 2 months later. So if you want to see behind the scenes and see what we're up to first, then check out Patreon. Right. Love me some maple syrup. I've got no idea if this ratio is right or not, but it's going to be a case of doing this and making sure. Well, that's good. That's really, really good. So these were from Team U. Oh, okay, it's working now. It decided to work. That's very, very, very vinegary. I've got one eye on the smoker that's outside. I have put another log on. It's starting to smoke quite a lot, which means that new log has just taken to the flame. And I just don't know if I've got enough maple syrup in here or not, but it wasn't 50-50. When I looked at the video, it almost looked like 70% apple cider vinegar and sort of 30% maple syrup. I don't know. Let me know in the comments below. Am I doing it right? Probably not. So Chud did say to do some spritzing between every sort of 15, 20, 25 to 30 minutes. I'm going to go every 20 minutes. So somewhere in the middle, and see how we get on. Let's see you over by the smoker. Not too bad. Gonna give us a good. That's good. Team U, really good. So the idea of this is obviously not to leak. The apple cider vinegar to burn off, and then you're left with the maple syrup, which will give it a nice little sweet taste stroke undertone. So I'm going to do this every sort of 20 minutes. I won't show you every spritz, but next time I see you, I will be wrapping these bad boys up. That's crap, isn't it? That's really crap. That's really crap. Right, we're just going to take a look. We might be just ready to wrap. Still got a bit more cooking to do, but I think we're ready to wrap. Okay, so I'm no expert here, but I think we're at a good point now to wrap this up. Just give it one final spritz. We're going to put some Sweet Baby Ray's barbecue sauce on top. I'm not going to go too mad, just going to wipe this on. And we're going to go over the other side. Going to do another spritz. Oh, I'm very professional here. Again, no haters, please. I am not a cook or a chef or a pit master or anything like that. I am your average Joe. What I'm going to do is I'm going to have meat side down, rib side up. And the reason for that is we're going to collect the juices at the bottom so that the bones, if they do pierce the foil, aluminum foil, as we would say aluminium foil, if it does pierce it up here, it's not going to affect any of the juices coming on down here. So we're going to wrap it up. Nice wrap. Nice and tight. And we're going to put this now on to the smoker. And we're going to cook it so it's about 200 degrees internal and or probe ready. Let me know in the comments below, do I let this rest in the foil or out the foil? The videos I've watched, they're really, really good, but they always like miss a little bit out, whether it's certain timings for everything that they do or resting times. But do you leave this in the foil or not? Oh, I don't know. I really... Little bit of a bend. Yeah, a little bit of a bend. I'm going to let this rest for 15 minutes and then we're going to cut it all up. So it's been 15 minutes. We're going to turn this over so we can see where the bones are. Let's hope this cuts through quite nicely and not too tough, hopefully.
They smell good, I've got to give you that.
They smell okay, yeah. Hopefully they're going to taste all right and not be too bad. There's a bit of a smoke ring on that. Right, it's been a long old day. It went on at 11, it's 15 minutes to 7. So it's been 6, 7 hours, 45 minutes.
Yeah, nearly 8 hours, but it's a better cook time than the last attempt that we had at ribs. So I wonder if they taste any better.
But not gonna lie, I'm a bit nervous.
They are quite a small rack of ribs compared to what we've done before. I think it's probably because we cut it off the pork belly, but
ladies first.
It should be the fruits of your labour.
Okay, I'm gonna go for this one. Not a lot of meat on this. I'm not sure if that's a clean bite or not, but...
Well, it looks quite clean. What does it taste like?
Yeah, it tastes all right, actually. There's no pull from the meat. I was expecting to see a bit more of the bone. So when it heats up, it contracts.
It shrinks, yeah.
So let us know in the comments below. Should I put this on for longer? Normally when it cooks right, you see more bones, but the meat apparently will shrink.
Yeah.
And makes it fatter. Whereas it's not really done it on this one, but maybe. Is it as good as Texas BBQ? No.
I didn't think it was going to be. Not your first attempt at smoking ribs.
But it's nice and got a bad bite.
You're still going. Let me have a little bit then. So it's got the barbecue glaze on it as a barbecue sauce. Right, let's go.
I'm not sure where I stand with it. Not a bad bite. For me, maybe this cook, I should have taken the membrane off.
It is good, okay? Look, it's pulled really easily.
Yeah.
It's like what they call a competition bite, I'd say that one is. So it doesn't fall off the bone and you just bite it with your teeth and it comes away clean. The membrane's not tough, so that's a good little bonus. It tastes smoky, but not too smoky. Shall I be hypercritical?
No, please do, please do.
A little bit more on the dry side than rib, isn't it? But the flavour's really good.
It's weird because like there's lots of juice coming off the ribs. My fingers are quite juicy, but maybe I cooked it too quick at the end. Too high at the end. I don't know, let us know in the comments below. Not too bad for a first attempt. I think it needs a little bit more taste. I think it's lacking a little bit of taste.
Does it need a bit more salt and pepper? A bit more barbecue sauce?
I think you're right. I think next time I put more salt and pepper down. Oh yeah, dip it in that.
Oh, maybe not that much, but you know.
Dip that in. Yeah, good barbecue doesn't need sauce, does it?
I got some of this.
You want to try some? Wow, what do you get out of 10?
2.
2? Nice?
Daddy, you're right.
Daddy go, yeah. It bites really well, clean off the bone. Okay, 4 hours, 20 minutes in. Turn these over, I'm going to turn these back over and starting to squish up a little bit. Right, it's literally been 8 hours and 20 minutes. Everything seems to be taking a lot longer on the Franklin Pit. I'm guessing I'm just getting used to how it works, how it responds, but here we go. I've wrapped it just for the rest. So this is the underside. And we're going to turn this around. Let me do this. I should be doing this, but there we go. Got no idea how this is going to turn out. I'm actually going to take this cutting board out so I can get a little bit of natural light on it. Well, it don't look too bad. It's really hard to do this in this light and get a good representation, but I picked this one out. Right then, moment of truth. Okay, here goes. More flavourful, got a nice smoke ring, but again, that's the chemical reaction, isn't it?
1, 2, 3, 4.
Not a bad bite, that was quite succulent. I think it could have done with being a bit longer. I've left the membrane on, but it's hard to know, did it need longer or did I cook it too much? But not bad. Overall, much better than the ones I did before. Still some improvement to be made, but a lot more flavourful. There's a nice little zing to it as well. So yeah, onwards and upwards. If you enjoyed this video, let us know by subscribing, hit the notification bell to be notified every time we take a bite out of barbecue. And all that leaves this little British family to say is...
Take care.
God bless.
And see you in the next video.